Hello, party people. So, I'm quite impulsive. I guess I'll say that. And I didn't really know how I was going to approach this. Maybe I should have written a script or something. But I had originally had a lot to say about certain subjects. And if you're wondering, I'm laying in bed. Hey there, depressed in the Northwest. How you doing? So I originally had a lot to say about a myriad of subjects, and I didn't really. First off, I didn't really know how to approach it. And the thing is, when you ruminate on something for a really long time, I think you just naturally start to feel a different way about it because, I think what social media and the internet does to people is that, you just get all these gut reactions to things. Oh, I feel that way about that post, or someone said this, and now I feel a thing. And maybe it's because I grew up not trusting my initial feelings. I have a tendency to sit back and wait anyway. So I felt one way about something an hour ago, and I wanted to say something or film something, and then that kind of changed. But anyways, I'm already into this, and I want to get into, I guess, the meat of it. I'm gonna read you a poem from my favorite book story, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. A beautiful animated movie was made of The Prophet a few years ago. If you ever have the opportunity, please watch it. It's gorgeous. I've seen it twice, and I've cried both times. I guess one subject that I really was thinking about today was virtue signaling, which I don't know if I have to explain that to anybody, but I see people, especially on Facebook, bragging that they got vaccinated, or just kind of bragging that they haven't gotten vaccinated, as if either or really, I guess, means anything. I don't know if that's how I should put that. But I was thinking about virtue signaling, especially. And, how can I put this? Going back to having a gut reaction to things, I wanted to say something or feel something no one gives a shit that you got vaccinated, or quit bragging that you think vaccines are sludge and poison. But again, that's just a reaction. It's not real for me. I guess that's the only way I really know how to put it. But someone very near and dear to me, someone that I love, is in the hospital because of COVID. And the truth of the matter is that they might die. So confronting the possible loss of this person is one thing. And then I was also thinking about how it makes me face my own mortality. Because I've sat with people when they were dying. When Nathan was dying in a coma, I was there watching Jared slowly kill himself with drugs, and other people that you see waste away from drugs and stuff like that. That's a slow death for sure. But you sit there with people, and my initial reaction is to be judgmental and go you shouldn't have done this, you should be living your life this way. And it's not exactly, I guess, the point. When people are suffering, you shouldn't be putting your own shit onto them, is, I guess, the only way I can put that. So this person who's in the hospital, they're not dead yet, but is an anti-vaxxer. So my first reaction goes well, that's what you get for being unvaccinated and being unsafe, but it's not the point. I recoil feeling that way when I should just be coming back to compassion. So that's whenever I am feeling really judgmental these days and very reactionary, I have to kind of go huh, and recoil back into myself and just think compassion, compassion, compassion. I don't want to be compassionate. I want to be petty. I want to be cruel. And I don't know why I want to do those things. But indulging in those things aren't going to get me to a higher self, I guess. I'm about 5 minutes into this now. I'm just rambling. I feel like I'm just talking into this. It's not, the internet isn't a void, everything lasts forever in some way, but I'm just talking into this maybe to like process my own shit, because I haven't been emotionally available for my own partner the last couple days, maybe as much as I have been previously. It's because I'm going through stuff, so things move, things change. But I'm going to read you a poem and just give you something to think about. Again, it's by Khalil Gibran. It's from the book The Prophet. It's on death. You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like the seeds of dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yes, he is not more mindful of his trembling, yet is he not more mindful of his trembling. For what is to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing, and when you have reached the mountain top, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance.